Hi guys, welcome back. It's Krystal. So today I have a Rimmel London review haul video to share with you guys. A lot of these products I believe are new. They're new to me anyway. I haven't seen them in the past. So let's go ahead and dive right in. First up is lipsticks. I picked up these two lipsticks. I believe both of these are new to the Rimmel line. It says the only one lipstick. Interesting name. So this is number 700 Naughty Nude. This is the one I have on my lips today. I really like this color and I like the formula. It's very smooth. It almost has like a balmy feel to it. It's just really smooth, hydrating. I like the smell of this one. It kind of smells sweet, which I do like. I like the smell of it. And I really like the color. It has a glossy finish. Not the most long-lasting lipstick because it is glossy, but I just overall like the formula of it and the color. It's really pretty. The other one that I picked up is this Kate lipstick. I believe these are new. I haven't seen these before in the rose gold packaging, really pretty metallic packaging. I always like the Rimmel Kate lipsticks. This is the Lasting Finish by Kate and it's called Rock and Roll Nude. And this is what it looks like here. Give you a little swatch. This one's also a really pretty color. I actually do prefer this one with a lip liner. But it's really pretty and it has like typical Kate Rimmel lipstick formula, which I actually enjoy. Nice creamy formula, nice and opaque, so that's a really pretty color. I do plan on maybe picking up another one of these. These didn't have a whole lot of colors. I don't think both of these lines had a lot of colors. This line had a lot of brighter reds, pinks, corals, I believe. I think they only had two neutrals. I only picked up one of the neutrals and I like both of those. And then I picked up the Insta Flawless Perfecting Radiant Skin Tint. So I got this at my local grocery store. I was just kind of browsing the makeup aisle as I always do. And I thought I would try this. I had already picked up the Insta Flawless Perfecting Radiant Primer, but I decided to pick this up and try it out. And I got the shade in light medium, which I think is the lightest shade. The lightest shade that was at the grocery store anyways. I think they only had a total of 3 shades of this. And it says broad spectrum SPF 15, sunscreen, natural looking glow, 24-hour moisturization, primes and perfects. You get 1 fluid ounce. These are all very affordable. I think it might have been like $7 or something like that. Get up and glow with our perfecting skin tint that provides a natural radiant glow and erases signs of fatigue. The lightweight formula leaves skin hydrated for up to 24 hours while helping to brighten skin tone. Can be worn alone or under makeup to extend the wear. So that's what the packaging looks like. I like that they're in a squeeze tube. And it's kind of like a pretty radiant looking packaging. So this is what I'm wearing on my face today. I will insert a clip of me applying it. This one has a yellow undertone, which is nice for a drugstore product to have a yellow undertone. I feel like a lot of them have a very pink undertone a lot of the time, but it is a little bit too dark for my complexion. Once I blend it into the skin, add powder, concealer, I can make it work, but it is a little bit dark for me. And this is definitely very radiant. It blends out easily. I would say it has a light coverage to it. It is nice and radiant and it does feel moisturizing. The one thing that the 3 things I don't like about it. 1, the color's too dark for me and they don't have a good color selection. Number 2, it has a smell, a very floral scent, which I don't like. I don't like floral scents in candles, perfumes, anything really. Skincare, I don't like floral scents. They just are an irritant to me. So I don't like the scent. And 3, I don't like how it kind of settles into my pores and accentuates them. So if you're somebody who likes a light coverage product that has like an SPF, that has like a radiant glow to it, I think you might like this if you don't have large pores. But for me, it kind of accentuated my pores and that's one of the main things I don't like about it, aside from the scent and the color selection, obviously. But it blended onto the skin nice. I don't feel like it extended the wear of my makeup by any means. I mean, once I put concealer and powder and everything like that, it it wears pretty normal, but I wouldn't say it's like super, super long lasting where it doesn't become a little bit oily on my skin. I have more normal to drier skin, so it doesn't get like super oily on me personally, but if you have oily skin, I don't know how it will hold up because it is radiant, has a nice glowy finish to it. But for me, it's a pass. So that one I'm not like loving. The next product here is a primer. This is the Insta Flawless Perfecting Radiant Primer, and I have the one in clear. They might have had two of these, I'm not 100% sure. Brighten skin tone, prime and perfect with our Insta Flawless Primer that instantly perfects the skin by reducing the appearance of imperfections. Leave skin with a radiant glow all day long. This primer enhances the wear of makeup, leaving it looking better for longer. This is 1 fluid ounce as well. And it says clear. It has like a white, it looks like a lotion basically, but when you blend it into the skin, it does like, the white part goes away. Now it does give a very subtle glow to the skin. It feels a little bit like silicone, a little bit, but it feels like kind of like a silicone moisturizer in a way. So this one, I like it. I'm not in love. I do like other radiant primers more than this one. I don't feel like this one blurs or, what does it say? Reducing the appearance of imperfections. I wouldn't say that it reduces the appearance of my imperfection. It doesn't blur my pores. It doesn't blur my wrinkles or my fine lines. Just say it gives dull skin a little bit of radiance. It feels a little bit moisturizing on the skin. It feels nice and smooth. It just has a nice smooth texture to it. So this one I think is okay. I don't think it's horrible, but like I said, I prefer other ones over this. So if you're looking for a drugstore cheap radiant primer, you may like that one. I mean, it's just a little bit glowy. It's very, 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 very subtle. So if you like something a little bit more glowy, that one probably won't be for you. So I just find that product to be okay. Then the next two products I have here are the Good to Glow highlighters. And they have a total of 3 shades. I picked up 2. I have the one in Notting Hill Glow and the one in Shoho Glow. So Notting Hill Glow is more pink and Shoho Glow is more of a skin tone shade. They also had one that was more of a peachy tone, which I did not pick up. It's Instant Buildable Illuminator and Highlighter, light reflecting pigments for a radiant and luminous look. The lightweight liquid texture can be used on the face and décolleté and can be worn alone or blended with foundation for a subtle all over glow. Add an instant touch of radiance to your look. So in here you get 0.84 fluid ounces. And again, it's in a squeeze tube. Packaging's pretty. I like that it's kind of like not quite metallic, but has that nice sheen to it. So Notting Hill Glow, the one with the more pink undertone, I don't like the consistency of it once you blend it out. It has really, really fine, micro fine sparkle in it. And I just feel like when I try to apply it like over foundation, it lifts my foundation and it makes it look patchy and it just doesn't sit on the skin nicely. It's not like, it doesn't have a good color base to it. It just has like a bunch of like micro fine shimmers in it that just kind of look like shimmer particles on your skin. I don't like that. So that's the one thing that I don't like about it. I don't like the consistency, and I think it's because it doesn't have a base color. So it doesn't have like a nice overall sheen onto the skin. It just has those fine particles of shimmer, which I just don't like. I've also tried mixing it in with my foundation. Wasn't a fan of that. I just felt like it didn't mesh with my foundation very well. It changed the consistency of my foundation and just made it look very patchy when I tried to apply the foundation on the skin. So I did not like the pink one. I'm probably gonna return these two if I can find my receipt. If I can't, I'll just use it with my lotion and use it with my moisturizer. You can see kind of like the shimmer particles on my hand. I don't know, they're very, very, very micro. They're very tiny. But you can really see them on the skin when you try to apply it as a highlighter. I just don't like it. But if anything, if I can't find my receipt, I'll just mix it in with my hand lotion. I always like to mix in like those type of shimmery products in with my hand lotion. It just makes my hands look nice and hydrated and just smooth. So, but hopefully I can find my receipt and return that. Let me just give you a sample like side-by-side swatch of these. The pink one looks much more metallic. right here. Whereas this is Show Glow, and this one's more of a skin tone shade, and it's much more subtle in shimmer. So Show Glow is much more subtle. It doesn't have those fine particles of shimmer in it, which I prefer. Oh, I think these have a floral scent as well, which I didn't notice before, but now I'm really noticing it, which is weird. Yeah, it smells very floral. I don't like that. I don't like it. I feel like when they put fragrance in facial products, it can be an irritant to somebody's skin. Like mine is very sensitive, so could be an irritant sometimes in certain cases, but I haven't noticed it irritating my skin thus far, but I haven't used these a whole lot just because I didn't love them. So this one is too dark for my skin tone. It's more like a champagne, I would say, skin tone champagne shade. It's much more subtle. I would say the consistency of this one's much better. I haven't used this particular one with my foundation just because it is a little bit darker. I did try it on the tops of my cheekbone, which it's still too dark, but it did give a little bit of radiance, not a whole lot. So I'm going to return both of these if I can because I just don't love them. So another product I picked up, which I have not seen this in the past. I think it's new. I'm not 100%, but it's the Rimmel Match Perfection Silky Loose Face Powder. You get 10 grams of product in here. And packaging's pretty. I like the blue cap. I've been using this quite a bit, testing it out. It has more of a pink undertone, very light pink undertone, which I like in loose powders just because it brightens under my eyes really nicely. Even though I have a yellow undertone, I like pink under eye setting powders. So this powder feels pretty smooth, but I would say it's just too matte for me. It looks drying under the eyes. It makes my concealer look patchy, like in this area specifically. I've tried it with different concealers, and every time I just feel like this area right here looks patchy, and then it just looks dry. Even when I put it on all of my face, I just feel like it's too matte for me, so it's not my favorite loose setting powder. So if you have oily skin, this might work better for you, but if you have dry skin, I don't recommend it. I just think it looks too dry on the skin, so definitely not my favorite. I feel like I've been purchasing a lot of products that are fails, like what the heck. And then I have some single shadows, which I'm not sure if they just changed packaging on these. They might have, because when I looked at the display, I thought, oh my god, these are new, I've never seen them before. And I've only found them at that one specific Walmart. I have not seen them anywhere else. But some of the shades said new and the rest of them didn't. There was only like 3 or 4 shades that said new. So I'm thinking they just repackaged them and they look new, but they're not. So as soon as I got in the car after purchasing these, I swatched the 2 that look super metallic because I have been playing with the Magnifyeyes eyeshadow palettes, and the metallic shades in some of these are really, really nice. So I was expecting the same out of these, and unfortunately as soon as I swatched them, I was very, very disappointed. So I'm going to take these back, and I'm not going to swatch all the ones that I purchased because I just know that I don't love these as well. So I think these were like $2.49 or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in closer for you guys so you can see them up close, and I'll give you swatches. All right, so these are the Magnifyeyes Mono eyeshadows, and I think they must be just repackaged. Packaging is cute. And in here you get 3.5 grams. This one is called Superstar Sparkle, and this is one of the ones I thought was going to be amazing, but honestly it's just like a very sheer sparkly color. I mean, you really don't get any base color. There's no pigmentation to it, just a little minor bit of sparkle. So maybe that would be like a good eyeshadow topper, but on its own, it's really just a dud. I just don't like it. And if you dig your finger in there, as you can see right here, it just starts to crumble. So I just don't like the formula on this one at all. This one's going back. All right, so this one is called Gold Record. This was the same thing with this one. Not that it doesn't have a base color, because this one does, but it's just very like chunky, and pigmentation's not the best. If you apply it wet, it's much more pretty that way, but I just don't like the overall pigmentation of it. Oh, it looks pretty there. Of course it does. You know why? I think because I have that primer on my hand, and that's just making my skin smoother, so it's sitting on the skin better. So I just don't like the texture of this one. It's just very crumbly. Like, can you see here? I don't know, I just don't like this one either. Alright, so this one is called Q Jump, which is a really weird name. It's just a shimmery white. This one has a little bit of a smoother texture. It's not crumbly. Not the most intense shimmery white, but it does have a nice sheen to it. This one's just okay. Alright, so this one is called All About the Base. And this one makes a nice crease color. It has more of a neutral undertone to it. I wouldn't say this is the smoothest matte shadow I've ever touched. Not like a Lorac shadow or anything like that, or other shadows that I have in my collection, but it applies on the eyes pretty well and it blends out nicely. It is a nice shade. I really like the tone of it. But overall the formula is okay. It's not my favorite matte formula. Alright, so this one is called Groupie. It's a really pretty color, but it has a little bit of just sheerness to it. It's not super opaque. So I think this one's okay. If you like something this color but maybe not too intense or pigmented, then this might work for you. But it's not the most pigmented eyeshadow. It's just more on the sheer side, but you can build it up a little bit. And then the last two that I have, I'm not going to swatch because I'm just going to return them. This one's called Millionaire. I think this might be one of their newer shades. I'm pretty sure this might have been one of the newer shades. And then this one is called Crowd Surf. Really pretty light blue, but I'm not going to swatch this one either because I'm just going to return it. I just don't want to be disappointed with the rest and have swatched them all and returned them all, you know what I mean? So this one's going back. And then lastly are these palettes. These are the Magnifyeyes These are the Magnifyeyes Shadow Contouring Palettes. And there's 3 of these total. So this one here is called London Nudes Calling. And I'm just going to insert some swatches for you guys. This one is my second favorite of the 3. So I just find the shimmers in these palettes to be really nice. Some of them are super metallic. They do have kick up and they do have fallout, but I can work with them. You get 12 eyeshadows for like $7.99 or something like that. So they're very affordable and they just have some pretty colors in there. Very dupable shades, but if you're looking for a drugstore eyeshadow palette that's, you know, affordable, then this one is nice. And then this one here is called Keep Calm and Wear Gold. This is my favorite. This is the one I've worn the most. This is the one I have on my eyes today. The metallics in here are just really pigmented. They apply nicely onto the eyes. If you use them wet, they're more intense. And I just overall love the shimmery shades in here. The mattes perform nicely as well, but I just really like the shimmers in this palette. So this one's my favorite of the 3. And this is the last palette. This one is called Grunge Glamour. This is my least favorite. I just don't do a lot of smoky eyes anymore, so it's mainly why it's my least favorite. I just don't really gravitate towards these shades very much. Just overall, like with these palettes, you don't get a lot of mattes. For instance, my favorite one, Keep Calm and Wear Gold, you got 1, 2, 3 mattes in here. So you don't get a whole lot of mattes, but I can pair it with other shadows, which I kind of did today. I used one of the Rimmel London matte eyeshadows in my crease. And then with the London Nudes Calling palette, there are one matte. Only one matte eyeshadow in that palette, so the rest are shimmery. Some of them are metallic and then some of them are just have a bit of a sheen to them. I prefer the metallics over the ones that have more of a satin finish. And then in the Grunge Glamour palette, you get 1, 2, 3 mattes. 3 mattes in here. And I just feel like there's a lot of similar shades between 3, so I don't feel like you need all 3, especially these 2 more neutrally wearable ones here. I would say just pick one or the other. I prefer keep calm and wear gold. It's my favorite, but you know, whatever colors you would gravitate towards most, I would go with that palette. Alright guys, so that completes this review video. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you tried any of these products out. Thank you so much for watching, as you always do. I love you guys. Have a great day.